That's when I knew. That's when I knew that it had to be you. It had to be you. You drive me crazy and think you're always right. I never thought I'd want to lose a fight to someone like you. Someone like you. I ran out crying, ready for the end, but your kiss that night did it again. You said you knew. You said you knew that it.
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's get going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hub of the OC music scene and winner of OC Weekly's Best Podcast Award for 2018, Granted Radio.
Yes.
We are coming to you from Granted Records, located in the amazing Santa Ana, California. Joining me today is our frontman extraordinaire, sound guy, lead singer, and self-hating bass player, Emo Aladdin.
That was actually the most accurate description you've given to me yet.
And joining us back this week after his contract holdout is our director of marketing, Hazem
We came
Aladdin.
to a great agreement right now.
And lastly is myself,
signed.
the fashionably late Alex Ellisbrew. And joining us today on this very special episode are Kalina and Kiana.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Nice.
ladies.
Come-
Nice to meet you.
And congratulations. They are fellow winners of the OC Weekly.
Okay,
nice.
all right.
Best,
Very special club
best
we got
indie
here.
band of 2018.
Congratulations,
How cool is
you
that?
guys.
That is incredible. Although we are shocked that you are indie because you guys should be signed to a major by now.
Oh,
thank you.
Thanks.
That's nice.
That is sweet.
Actually, Guy, as you guys know, he's the guy that got in touch with you all and booked you all. He heard you on the radio. He heard you on Sirius. Did you?
No, that was someone else.
No.
Wasn't it?
No, it was you two.
Emotional roller coaster. Was it us?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, no. It
On
was-
Alt Nation?
Yeah, like one of those.
Were you guys on Alt Nation?
If we were, I'm
I
gonna
sure
cry.
hope so. Yeah.
All right,
And
breaking the
Rue,
news
they
right
didn't
now.
even tell us.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the licensing fee?
You're right.
Guy has a finger on the pulse of the musical community.
Wow, guy, what a guy.
He's
Yeah,
totally-
what a guy.
Well, we're really happy you guys are here.
We're happy to be here.
How cool is that? So, for the listeners that can't see, we got everything set up. We got Kalina on the piano, and we got that mic'd up. She got her own mic. Then we got Kiana with her awesome Gibson guitar, and we got some good sounds. Yeah.
Yeah, so how long have you guys been doing this?
Wow,
11
11 years?
12 years
Almost
now.
12 years, yeah. Crazy.
You guys know each
So-
other for about that long.
Right, since birth.
Yeah, she's known me longer than I've known her.
Right.
Okay.
So you're
We're
sisters.
sisters, yeah.
Are you the only two siblings in the family?
There is one more named
We have-
Kylie.
Yeah,
Cool.
She's amazing.
She's older.
So it sounds like you guys grew up in a very musical family. Is that true?
Yes, we did.
Both our parents are musical. Our dad played in bands growing up. He
Cool.
played in the Beach Boys and had his own. Started up Dan Electro guitars again, and
Oh, wow.
wow.
That's so cool.
yeah, revived it, which
He's-
is awesome.
Taught us everything we know. And then mom is like amazing singer, plays piano, was Miss Garden Grove 1985.
Miss Garden Grove.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
And they're both here,
She's
by the way.
got it going on.
Oh,
Right.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
How long have they been married?
25 years? 25 years.
Wow.
So
Quite a
30
milestone.
years. 30
That's
years.
amazing.
30 years.
That's even better.
25 good years.
Oh.
30 altogether. I'm just kidding. That's a joke that they say.
Not
Not
great
our
years.
perception, yeah.
I have
love
my
that.
dad's humor.
That's good, and you're all in the same city still. Is Kylie also in Southern California?
She is. She just moved back. She was in Nashville for a while, and
So she's musical too.
she is
She
musical. Teaches math. Teaches yoga.
Oh, wow.
She's
Wow.
a doula. She does it all.
A
She
doula too?
literally does
Yeah, we're
everything.
set basically.
Wow.
She's about to start massage school. So
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Cover
yeah.
all the
she's gonna
bases
need to
there.
practice a lot.
I
Right.
love it.
You guys harmonize when you speak, even, so it's not just when you.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
So I'm sure that came from your father too, all the harmonies.
Yep.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the Beach Boys.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
It's very.
We love the Beach Boys. We love the Beatles. We love anything with harmony. So
Yeah.
we try to throw that into our music, too.
Cool.
Great melodies too. So,
Oh,
so are those your influences, or were you able to sneak in some of your own?
You know,
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, overall, it's like when someone asks me who my favorite band is, I'm like, well, obviously Beach Boys and Beatles, but like, that's like, should be obvious.
It's a
So
given.
that's kind of what we say, like, obviously Beach Boys and
Right.
Beatles. And then we have some current stuff. Like, I'm really into Broods right now.
I'm really into 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
it's a
they're
little
good.
bit here
Love
and
them.
there. So they just came out with a new single. It's so
I
good.
heard. Yeah.
Love Broods.
So have you seen them live?
No.
I've seen 21 Pilots 4 times.
Really?
I literally just got back from Seattle, where my husband and I flew up and saw them there.
Oh, you're
Because-
married? Let's end this interview right now. Over it.
They dressed up and everything.
Oh yeah, we're so deep into like the 21 Pilots whole.
I've seen them live. They're incredible.
Oh, so good
Yeah.
and so inspiring. I just.
And they're young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
say inspiring, what does that do to you?
Seeing them live, it like makes me inspired and angry and like just every emotion. Like I want to be that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I'd say that's a really good. It's like you're inspired and you're so pumped, but you're also like a little bit mad. Like,
yeah.
I want to be there. I want to get there.
But I
Yeah.
love that.
It's like the
That's the
fire
goal.
under
Right.
it's like a slow burn
That's
turned into a
right.
flame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it makes me want to go home and write a full album.
I will like text each other at concerts or like text our dad like, oh my gosh, why aren't we doing this? We need to do this. Like,
Let's talk to the manager right now.
yeah, we're like really critical. We're like critical at concerts, but like in a good way. Like, oh, we should do this, or you know,
That's so cool.
Right.
So how often do you guys perform?
a lot.
A
Yeah.
lot. During the summer, once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the winter, like twice a month at least.
Good for you.
We'll do everything from full band shows to acoustic shows.
Yeah.
So-
What are the full band shows like?
oh my gosh, so fun.
They're fun.
We have the most amazing band. We have drums, bass, and electric, and they kind of play synth sometimes too. And
Cool.
they're so great. It's 3 guys, just the coolest guys. Yeah,
How do you guys make sure that they know their parts? You guys send them just the tracks and say.
we
"See you
say,
at the
"Hey, know your parts," and we pay them.
Yeah, there we go.
Great
Yeah.
policy.
Yes.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
rehearse. We
Yeah.
have a couple hour rehearsal before each show and
Yeah.
stuff. So.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you get what you pay for. When you
Yeah.
start paying musicians, you get quality.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
do, and they're so fun. So
So, do they ever delve into singing harmony with you guys, or you guys got the vocals on lock?
we kind of got the vocals on lock.
We've never asked them though.
Yeah. Well, here's
No
the thing.
need. There's no
Here's the
need.
thing.
Yeah.
We're very protective over harmonies.
You
yeah,
should.
be. Yeah.
So
They're
you
tight.
know,
Mhm.
we want to make sure. Not that our band couldn't. We've never heard them sing. If you're listening, boys, but
Get
we're-
on it.
We're very protective.
That's good.
Let's say that.
Yeah, you guys have certain standards you want to stick to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When was the last time you guys did a show together as a band?
About a month ago. We've got another one coming up in a
Yeah.
couple weeks.
Oh yeah, where
Yeah.
at?
Anything you want to plug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're playing at the Nugget Pub and Grill in Long Beach.
The
Ah.
nugget.
I know, it's the Nugget.
Little nugget.
Yeah, but we're playing
The
that
chicken
December 6th,
Okay, that's a Thursday.
Thursday night.
And
Yeah.
then
You just
next
knew that off
day.
the top of your head?
Well, of course, because I'm performing on the
Ah,
night they're performing.
Got it.
Yeah, it didn't feel weird to me. I was like, yeah, it's a Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday, duh. And then the next day we play at the Cancer for College Classy Golf Classic.
Very classy.
Ooh.
So yes, they are amazing. You want to talk a little bit about?
Yeah,
That-
so I'm actually a cancer survivor myself.
You
Oh,
are.
Wow.
I am, yeah. When I was 25 now, when I was 21, I had Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Oh my God.
And so, yeah, now I'm in complete remission.
Thriving.
goodness.
But, yeah,
Amazing.
but thank you, yeah. So, but Cancer for College has been such a huge support, and they've really supported our music and our brand, and then me personally by what they do is give scholarships to cancer survivors to go to college.
Oh,
Cancer for
beautiful.
College.
Wow.
And so they gave me scholarships to go to. We both went to Cal State Fullerton.
Oh, nice.
cool.
Great
Awesome.
school.
Yeah, right here.
Very local.
Yeah.
Yep. Go Titans.
So
Yeah.
so now we play at all their events and the ones we can, and yeah, they're great.
So, what was it like finding out you had cancer?
It was pretty surreal, because I mean you just never expect that
Yeah.
to happen to you.
No.
Right.
And especially I was just 20 at the time when I found out, and I just didn't know how to react or what that meant or what that looked like, because I didn't know anyone except for our grandma who had cancer, and she had passed away, but honestly, like, no idea. So it was all just a really new experience. And
Were you
Yeah.
in pain, or were there certain symptoms that you're like, I need to get this looked at?
yeah, I had a few lumps on my neck. So it's Hodgkin's lymphoma. So it's a weird cancer. It hits young adults, and then it hits like 50 and up.
Wow.
And so I had a couple just like tumors just around my neck and my chest, and I just didn't know really what they were. And doctors honestly took too long. They're like, "Oh, it's fine. You're probably just like fighting a cold or like something in your lymph nodes or whatever."
Wow.
But then later I had a biopsy, and then it was confirmed, and then everything started moving quickly.
Yeah.
But
how long until? Yeah. What was the process? Like, was it like a year of treatment, or?
It was 5 months.
Oh my.
So it wasn't the worst. I mean, it was the worst, but it wasn't. It could have been way longer. I had a couple of friends who had like a year or two of treatment and stuff.
Wow. We're so glad you're okay.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, definitely scary process.
Yeah, I'm sure you develop a lot personally too from something like that.
Oh yeah, because it definitely. I mean, I got super depressed into treatment, and it just took a while to work out, and now I feel like I'm finally, myself and happy and back, and it's been really cool.
Yeah, you have your music, you have your loving family.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
How did it hit you?
It was weird. I feel like you don't really know how to respond, and I think I wish I would have been a little bit more present, but I think it's so like scary and so like you just don't know. You just don't know. You know?
Sure.
And yeah, I think I wish I would have been more present, but I think it was just you're kind of just in shock for like a while.
And I mean, you guys were writing back then too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you guys were a unit already. So.
Yeah. So we still played a bunch of gigs. I wore a
You
wig
did?
for
Really?
Gigs with wigs.
because what would happen is I would have treatment every other week, and basically the week of treatment it would like knock me down. Like I couldn't get off the couch for like a week, and then I'd slowly. And this is like the hell of chemotherapy.
Yeah.
Is that like the longer you're on it, the worse you feel,
Wow.
and like. It just totally knocks you down, and then you're like starting to build back up, and you're like, oh, I have to go to another treatment again, and then it knocks you down again. Wow. But in the times where I was like, I can move, we played gigs.
So cool.
And we wrote songs.
Did it help?
And, yeah, definitely. Something to look forward to is just huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we called them gigs with wigs.
And we two of those gigs we got open up for the Bengals and for Justin Bieber.
What?
Cool.
So
we did.
Wow.
that was like
So that was crazy. And the Justin Bieber one was with actually Cancer for College. It was super funny because I applied to them for a scholarship, and I put a CD in my application just to be like, set me apart. And so I got a call from Cancer for College and like, hey, we just got your scholarship, and we don't have anything to tell you about that yet, but we love your music.
Let's put that aside.
yeah.
Like, cool.
And Andrew McMahon, who's
And
like
so-
we love Andrew.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah.
I know. I knew I was gonna get in trouble for this.
He's amazing. Right now, he's Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness.
Right.
But he is also, he grew up, oddly enough, like the street, on the same street that we grew up in.
Wow.
But we didn't realize that until we played a gig together and saw his parents, and we're like, hey.
You walked your dog by our house when we were at band practice.
Wow, that's so strange.
wild.
Isn't that
Yeah.
funny?
Wow.
But he was in Jack's Mannequin, the band, and now he's exploding. I mean, he's on the radio.
Right. He also won OC Music Awards and stuff.
Back in
cool.
the day.
Huh.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
All right.
But yeah, he's a cancer survivor himself, and he has a charity called Dear Jack Foundation, which also works with Cancer for College. Yeah. And so the award I got was the scholarship I got was the Dear Jack scholarship, so specifically for musical cancer survivors.
Yeah. Well, congrats on that. That's
Thank
amazing.
you. Yeah, and so
I love the idea of just dropping a CD in the app.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Little
Next
too
time
late.
I apply for a home,
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say,
do
Yeah,
that.
anytime.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
application. Yeah.
Well, yeah, anytime I'm like applying for like, I remember I was applying for a study abroad once and I didn't go, but like, or like college or like any job, you're like,
Right.
oh, and I'm in a band. Here's the website. Like, I'm cool.
I need to renew my license.
Yeah.
Here's-
But I'm in a band. Have you heard of Kalina and Kiana? The worst is like, I'll be like, so I've worked a few like side hustle jobs, you know, and someone will walk up, like I worked at a donut shop. It was like a high-end
Love
donut
that.
shop. It was fun. But people will be like, I recognize you from somewhere. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm in a band. And they're like, no, it's the Spin Studio. You also work at the front desk. I can't wait for the day. It's like, oh, Kalina
Right.
and Kiana.
Yeah.
There will be a day. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, seriously.
It's so depressing.
We had a few people. Didn't you have someone's daughter know you from?
You know, Yeah, so I do teach spin. It's so fun, freedom ride. And someone came into my class and was like, she did recognize me from the band. She said that her daughter had come to our show. And
Cool.
so that was fun.
I love
Yeah.
that
Wow.
feeling.
Yeah.
And someone knew us.
Oh,
from,
yeah.
We had actually guest starred on a show in Italy, and that's like kind of blowing up in America now.
We write
And
songs for the
called-
show.
Yeah, called Maggie and Bianca Fashion Friends.
Ooh,
It's about girls' music
And fashion school.
and fashion.
love it.
And so we had guest starred on the show, and then someone recognized
Oh, yeah,
you
someone
from
did
that
recognize
too.
me from that, yeah.
Wow.
So-
Did they play that here, the show?
Yeah, it's on
We
Netflix.
do, it's on Netflix.
Oh, it's
Cool.
on Netflix.
So it's on
Okay.
Netflix everywhere. And so what happened with that show was it was actually originally about 8 years ago supposed to be us. So we got flown out to Italy with this company, and they, we filmed a pilot and all this stuff.
What?
And yes, we ended up signing a contract with them, and it was a 2-year contract. And so we filmed the pilot, and they were supposed to shop it around to Nickelodeon, Disney, all these different networks. And in the midst of all that, the company got bought out by Paramount or by Viacom. And it just put everything on hold, and they had too many projects happening.
Oh my
and
God.
So ours got on hold, so we were in a contract for 2 years, and so we ended up, so we couldn't use the name Kalina and Kiana. So in that 2 years was when we kind of started a band called Rocky Survival. It was still just us, but different band.
Yeah.
Different name,
And it was a little bit more
Right.
folky, and so we kind of like, let's just do our thing, play shows, write songs. And then the contract ended, and that was where like, well, let's do Kalina and Kiana, and then that was when Kalina got hit with cancer.
Wow.
And so through all that, and then when she was getting better and we were really starting to launch Kalina and Kiana, we get this Facebook message from someone in Italy, and they're like, hey, we're so excited we heard your show's coming out. And we're like, what? It's been like 3 years? Well, and so we end up Googling it, and it was all these articles with like our heads cut off in the pictures, but it was like our bodies, and it was like our names in the articles. But then we found out they were using like different actresses and all this stuff.
no.
And
Oh my
Wow.
God.
But
It
using
was
the same
crazy.
name.
Wow.
But using our music and
the
using
brand.
all the brand, and then we came back and we're like, hey, and then they ended up wanting to use us.
Oh, good.
I don't know what the deal was, but they ended up wanting us. But then we're like, well, we're kind of feel like we're too old now because it's like a younger.
It's
Version
like
of you.
it's a show
Yeah.
for tween.
It's a great show, but it's just younger, and we wanted to really do like more mature music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we ended up striking a deal where we get to write all the songs for the show, and we get to guest star.
That's
and-
Cool.
Oh,
Great.
that's
Very
so
cool.
Best
awesome.
case scenario.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
We got another free trip to Italy out of it. So,
Oh, cool.
you know.
So are you still writing for that show?
Yeah. They're on a break in between seasons right now, but
How fun.
How
yeah,
cool is
they're
that?
3 seasons in. I think they're in negotiations for another season.
You
so-
said it's on Netflix?
yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Very
Wow.
cool.
So it's a different type of music that you write just for that show.
It's
Yes.
a little bit more like Hannah Montana style, like teen,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Right.
like
tween
young,
pop.
energetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Friends
is
Sure.
honestly
fashion,
like
yeah.
our wheelhouse. We love it. Like if we can pop those songs out.
Oh
like-
yeah,
Cool.
it's
So
easy.
cool.
It's easy.
They're like, oh, a song about your crush standing by your locker. We got this. It's that specific. They're like,
So
yeah.
you guys have been writing music since you were 11 and 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So-
first song I wrote was called Good Day, and it was about having a good day.
Ah.
Nice.
Deep.
Did you always gravitate towards the guitar?
Yes. Well, my mom made us take piano lessons, and I hate to admit this. I wish I would have kept up with it, but I quit. And when we started the band, I was like, well, all the other girls play instruments. I want to play an instrument. So because we originally had an all-girl band, and then
Yeah.
it just ended up just being the 2 of us. But I picked up guitar in the meantime. So.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
How old were you?
When I started playing,
Yeah.
12, 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it easy to pick up?
It was one of those things where it's like it's really frustrating and you want to like throw it at a wall for a while, and then after a few months it just clicks and you're like, oh, I understand strumming and chord patterns, and
Yeah.
I love it.
I feel like that's the way and I took lessons for a few years, but I feel like I learned most of it from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And they're here, by the way. Both your parents are in
Yes.
the room right now. So it's really cool to see that support, even physically. Yeah, have we had parents come through? No, we've had
We haven't.
parents come through.
Oh.
right?
Sebastian?
Right.
Yeah.
Last week we had one of our guests come in, and he wasn't feeling so hot. So it's
That
good to
is-
see that you all came in and not throwing up in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
a
Yeah, no,
that's
that's
what-
a great
we
way
like
to-
this kind of interview.
Yes.
Much
Right.
better.
Yeah, of
the goal.
course.
So do we.
So can you walk us through your writing process? What it's typically like?
Yeah,
It's different every time.
It's always different. Usually one of us has an idea, whether it's a melody or lyrics or something. We recently, this last time has probably been the most frustrating because we came in with 3 half songs. So,
we have to pick one and just go with it to start.
and then we're like still thinking about the other song, but we're trying to work on this song and finish it. So
we finished one. We've got 2 more to finish.
we did finish
Okay.
one
Next
because
EP.
we are writing like another 3-song EP.
Cool.
With a theme, which we're really excited about. But yeah, so usually we'll come in with I'll have a chorus, or like she'll have a verse, or just a vibe or something, and then we just both try to finish it. And
Or we'll just be
either-
like, hey, so I think I want to write a song like this, and we'll just kind of like awkwardly hum a melody and be like, cool, so let's start it.
Sweet.
But it's always together.
Yeah, I
Right?
mean,
most of the
for the
time,
most part, and it's been, I mean, yeah, I feel like that's.
Where are the songwriting sessions? Because you don't live together. Right?
No, we don't
Right?
live together. No,
You-
we do it. Our parents have like a music room set up
Figured.
and little mini makeshift recording.
Yeah.
That's our
equipment
meeting
and
point.
stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's our meeting point. It's our-
And then, do you ever use recording as part of your writing process, where you'll kind of track something to sing over it, or is it always just we have our
It's-
instruments, we're going to write it?
You know, I
right
think
here?
we'd like to experiment a little bit more with that, but I think for now it's just, and our dad writes a lot with us too, so he's
cool.
been a songwriter since I can remember.
And he's involved on the managerial side too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
It really is.
We lucked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he help you guys in figuring out harmonies, or is that you guys?
Yeah.
a team effort.
It's kind of a team effort, and especially when we're recording. So when we're writing, it's mostly just like, oh, okay, just, you're kind of locking in. But when we're recording, he helps a lot with, and also our producer, Daryl Swan, he is amazing. We all kind of like, help with harmonies, and
Cool.
Yeah.
So who's Daryl Swan? What's his?
he is amazing. So
Yeah.
he's been producing since before I was born, probably.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
he's also a professor at UCLA, and
Oh, wow.
Oh,
he
okay.
teaches.
yeah, and he did some songs for the Black Eyed Peas and
Okay.
stuff like that. So
All right. Yeah.
Wow.
He's amazing.
Yeah, and he's super cool. And so we actually met him at a conference, which was funny. He was speaking and
About recording, I think.
about recording, and we're like, oh my gosh, I feel like he gets.
We were
us.
all like,
Like,
oh, like this guy gets it. Because we've
Yeah.
been with producers, and you gotta click with them. Like,
Of course.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
we've talked to a few, and like we've talked to a few like big time producers, and you're kind of just like, you make me feel like my soul is shrinking. You're talking to me. And so they just kind of like are whatever, not the like most fun people, and so
But with
Daryl's
him, it
just
clicks.
so fun. Like
Yeah.
we laugh our faces off, and
That's
I
so
mean,
important.
We eat
Yeah.
the best snacks, and we just have a good time. Our
Like
mom
what?
makes
What do you guys
muffins.
like?
Okay, so our mom makes these amazing muffins. So we're all kind of like, I have to eat gluten free, and we're all like, try to eat healthy and stuff. So my mom makes these like paleo muffins, and I know it sounds
Paleo
gross,
muffins.
but they're so good. And we always joke like, we can't record without muffins. So like every time, we eat muffins and hummus, gluten free
Yeah.
pretzels.
We know something
Ooh.
about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We know something about hummus.
Yeah, I was enlightening them how if I'm in the middle of a recording session, I don't have time to go get veggie sticks, so I'll use my guitar pick as my. Try
There's
it.
a lot of those
level.
down here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have my special
something.
hummus stash for my picks,
Yeah,
and I got my
yeah.
other stash for my clients when they come in. So,
So
my
good.
God.
oh, it's the best,
So
the
good.
best.
So what's the biggest show you guys played? How many people?
Oh.
That's a good question. Probably.
I'm the worst. I couldn't tell you if there was 3 people in this room or 20. I'm
the
like
lights.
literally like the worst. No,
I'm gonna assume the Cancer for College one.
was
Because it was this huge fundraiser for Cancer for College, and we opened for, I think the lineup was Lifehouse, Natasha Bedingfield, and Justin
Wow.
Bieber.
Wow.
Oh my God.
And so there was tons of people in that room. It was a huge
huge.
ballroom at a hotel.
Oh, okay.
So did you get to meet the
I don't
Beebs?
know.
yeah, we
We
did.
did.
He actually funny story. So he sound checked right before us, and he left his phone on the stage, and I'm texting like my friends, like I'm like, hey, I have Justin Bieber's phone. What should I do with it? And they're like, take a selfie. So we ended up taking a couple selfies and giving it back to him. And
So we hope he still has
he
them.
probably
I'm
framed
sure.
them, printed them out,
Of
put
course,
them in
yeah.
like
Of
a
course.
shrine on
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, that's what I would do. So.
Well, actually, I'm a subscriber to his Patreon, and that's the highest tier on his Patreon is you guys' picture.
Yeah. So
Right.
Yeah.
And we also played at the House of Blues Chicago
and Anaheim.
and Anaheim, both opening for Andrew McMahon, and those
so
were
Wow.
The New
Those-
Year's show. We did a New Year's show with Andrew McMahon at the House of Blues in Anaheim, the old one. And I mean, it was such a blast. Like, it was so fun. And
Great
so
sound system.
fun.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
oh, yeah.
And the crazy thing about Andrew fans are like, they are dedicated. Like,
Yeah.
And so cool when you open up for them, they're like then now dedicated to you. Like, oh, Andrew likes these girls, then we like these girls.
Really
and
nice.
So cool.
we feel like we've even got like some hardcore fans from Andrew.
Yeah,
Amazing.
because even his fans, not that this is weird because I just flew to see 21 Pilots, was they like just fly and follow Andrew around basically.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so people are like, oh, we saw you at the Chicago House of Blues and now they're at the Anaheim House of Blues and they're like just
Oh
so
my
excited.
God.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
We're like, yeah, same girls. we are.
Well, tell us about your super fans. What are they like?
We have a couple.
We have a couple, and it's fun because it's surreal every time. Like we play Sawdust Festival in Laguna Beach every year, and these girls come every year, and we see them like mouthing our songs, and we're like, wait. Do we know you? Are you a friend? Are you our mom? Oh no, you're
Are you our mom?
Like, you just, like,
They actually like our music.
yeah. And so that's really fun. Or like when people like will say, "Hey, we're playing here," and someone will comment like, "We should go." I'm like, I didn't even prompt you to do that. Like, you actually want to come
And tell the whole world that
and
they're
tell the
going.
whole world
Yeah.
that you're going.
And
Please
we have
Instagram us.
Yeah. We have a couple girls who saw us on Maggie and
Oh
Bianca.
yeah, the Italy
And
fans.
they are hardcore. Like they send us fan mail.
Oh,
and
we've got fan mail from where was it?
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we
Yeah.
have a couple of those, and they message us all the time. and
Sarah.
We're like trying to message them back, but there's so many messages, and it's
It's like,
Yeah.
hey, heart. Hey, what's up? Go live. How are you? And
Maybe they don't know English very
it's
well.
so sweet,
Right.
and they don't, and it's so
It's
sweet,
so
and we
cute.
honestly love it.
It's
and,
all emojis.
Yeah, right. It is, and so it's so funny. We'll kind of a couple of them we followed back, and we'll like their picture, we'll comment on their picture
Oh,
because they'll like repost pictures of us, which is weird.
right.
I mean, cool, weird. Like,
And
Yeah.
then they'll repost that we commented on their picture.
they'll like take a screenshot
Yeah.
of the fact that we commented on their picture, and they'll post it. And we had a fan page.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's cute. It's really fun. We love it. Keep it up, girls.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, so they're asking you to go live. I mean, do you guys go live quite often?
Oh, we should more.
We should.
It's
It's
not
good.
something. Neither of us are like. We've almost had to like train our brains, be like, oh yeah, we should story right now.
Yeah.
Neither of us are really like.
Just natural phone people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I love Instagram, but we're not like gonna be sitting there like.
Scheduling out your
Yeah. So
months worth.
we, for the most part, like, oh crap, we should go live, or like when I'm thinking about it, like we're recording,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just filming a ton, so I can put it down later and just like chill.
Right. We do like to record a lot of behind the scenes though, like when we're recording or writing or something, and then
Oh,
we'll
good.
just put up little clips and do that, and that's been fun.
Because we want people to know like our personality, like we don't take ourselves too seriously.
We love that. I mean, we're
Yeah,
having
yeah.
a blast in here.
So
Yeah. Yeah, because when you get any musician, you never know when you're that good because you are.
You
good.
are.
Yeah.
oh, thanks guys.
Once you reach a certain level, I don't know what it is, being whatever, for whatever reason, personalities change. But I mean,
Yeah.
you girls are very down to earth and very well rounded.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, music is great. We were talking earlier about YouTube. It's a great channel you guys have.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Who does the videos?
Our mom.
Yeah.
She's
Really?
a
Nice.
professional photographer, and she does a lot of video work too. So we kind of like
Yeah.
lucked out with parents who kind of do exactly what we need
Yeah.
them to do.
That's really
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so
And we did for our last couple music videos. We actually brought in a director, and he has been so cool. He's like someone else who we just feel like we click with, and he just gets our ideas.
yeah,
Love it.
And we did
he
one.
goes along with our like silly like.
Yeah.
And then
Because we did one. I don't know if you watched it, but we did one for our song "It Had to Be You."
spoiler alert!
Basically-
Spoiler alert!
I know.
She's gonna spoil it.
I know.
Spoil it.
I'm gonna spoil it because if you
Just
haven't
spoil
seen
it.
it by now,
It's out for 6 months.
but we're
4 months.
we want to do a video where we think that this guy is stalking this girl, but he's really in love with her dog. And he was like, "Great."
He's like,
I
I'm in.
I love it.
So like you're watching the video and you think like, oh, like this. He's like, and he kind of like is like he meets the girl or whatever at the beach, and then you're like, but this is getting a little creepy. Like he's taking pictures. He's like
Right.
hiding in bushes looking at
Huh.
her, and you're like, this is weird. You start to feel kind of uncomfortable. Like I remember our cousin was watching with us. She's like, Kiana, this is weird. And then, at the end, you like realize, and then he goes and he like pushes her aside and just like starts snuggling the dog. And he was on board. Nick was on board. He's amazing. He does all our music videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nicholas
Like
Cole.
Say What You Want. Nicholas Cole is
Okay, yeah,
amazing.
they're good.
Oh,
And then
cool.
our mom does like a lot of our live videos or like our covers, acoustic covers
Yeah.
that we do. And
How do you pick your covers?
we say, hey, want to do this cover?
It's that easy. Yeah,
you know, it's
basically.
quite a process.
Well, I think it was when we started Rocky's Revo and we started playing more just shows and stuff in hotels. We're like, hey, we need you from 7 to 11 or
We're
like
like,
whatever,
ew,
like 4-hour shows, 3-hour shows. And we're like, okay, we got to learn 3 hours worth of music. What songs do you like?
yeah. And what songs are really easy that we could just like
Right.
pop in there?
That was the big factor. We're like, okay, there's a bunch of songs with 2 or 3 chords. Like, let's do those.
Yeah.
Love that.
You know,
get
and
that.
it's crazy because I'm proud of ourselves. We've got like 3 or 4 hours of music memorized.
Amazing.
Except for, so we play Sister Golden Hair by America. That song we've been playing for over 5 years. We cannot memorize it.
Like, I literally, it's
A
right
cheat
here.
sheet on my guitar.
and I
the
have mine
chords.
on my keyboard right
That's
here.
incredible.
It's
Yeah,
the
you-
one song, like we've got, I mean, at least
I wonder
100
why.
songs memorized.
Look how old the paper is.
Yeah,
You know?
it's been replaced too. So
That's
yeah,
funny.
it's
She
been a
lost it at
while.
one
Second
point, and we're-
generation.
Yeah, she lost it. And
We
then
both
we're
look
like,
at each other.
we're like, we can't play
We
this
had
song.
to, we had to cut it. We had to cut it from the set. I think I took it off for a
love
music
it.
video, and then we went to go play it again. And I was like, we can't do Sister Golden.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one of the songs. That
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Start with that one.
Yeah.
Your Achilles heel.
yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we also, speaking of covers, did a cover of Heathens by 21 Pilots.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. That's a great song.
Obviously, I'm a huge fan. And yeah, and it was really inspired. I mean, it was one of the times after I saw him live, the way he starts it is kind of more piano based, and I was like, wow, I just want to do a piano version of Heathens, and we're like, and Kiana can play a drum, and it'll be super cool.
Nice.
And we just have a totally acoustic version of that up right now
Really?
On Spotify, yeah.
on
Okay.
Spotify
And YouTube.
Cool.
and YouTube, and then it's so fun when we play it live with our
Oh,
band.
yeah.
We have them all come in for like the
Brr.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's
And we all just
so
like start
cool.
headbanging. We're like,
Yeah.
It's like
Finally
our
get the
one
head
rock
back.
and roll
drummer,
moment.
everyone's like sitting there like, no, our drummer's like, yeah.
It's
so fun.
Face
We're all,
it
like,
out.
trying not to like creepy smile at each other. The audience has no idea what's coming.
Curious to hear that one.
So you
too.
guys want to do this for the rest of your lives, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah. Is it almost there? Is it paying most of the bills?
You know, it comes in chunks. So, like,
Right.
the songs that we write for Maggie and Bianca Fashion Friends is like, you know, you'll get a chunk of money, but we'd love for the chunks to be more frequent.
Yeah, of course.
And so more
So-
consistent. Like,
That's good.
even if
Mhm.
it's like, you know, we just love to make a living, you know,
Yeah,
and not have
right.
to work at the donut shop and the spin
Yeah.
studio.
Right, or anthropology.
Yeah. Anthro.
So if you had to pick like a late night talk show host, that would be your pinnacle. Like,
We love Jimmy Fallon.
Of course.
yeah.
He is like, it's our dream to be on. We like sometimes
Oh,
joke
yeah.
about like, oh, when Jimmy asks us this question. Oh, Jimmy, it's so funny.
He's gonna be so excited after we play our songs live on the show.
Yeah.
Listeners, you
He's an
hear that?
excitable guy. He seems really fun. So,
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
or Ellen. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Ellen.
Yeah.
So
She is
cool.
so. I just
So
and
much
I close
fun.
my eyes and I picture Dory when I listen to her.
That's right.
Yeah, so good.
Well, you're on the way there.
Oh,
right?
Oh, man, we hope so.
Usually it's
hope.
Randa Radio, then Jimmy.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly how
It's
it's
a
going.
direct.
It's
It's
a
a
lead.
pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see. We're the gateway talk
Yeah,
show.
right. I believe it. I believe it.
Well, cool. I'm excited to hear the music.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can we hear you guys play something?
We
Oh,
are
yeah.
excited to play. Yeah.
Should we do?
Say what you want.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the title track of our EP, acoustic version right here.
Right.
And we just kind of wrote this song about being able to speak your mind and not hold back and, you know.
Yeah. In a time where it feels like everyone's feelings get hurt by everything.
Yeah.
It's still important to, say what you're thinking.
Speak
Yeah,
up.
absolutely.
Definitely.
Especially
It
if
is.
it's true. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very important.
So it's called Say What You Want.
People seem to stay the same. Never meaning what they say. I don't wanna hear lies. All I want is to find someone to say what they think. But I feel guilty talking round in circles just to be commercial. When we make it dizzy, don't just try to impress me. Say what you want. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now. And say what you mean. Say what you mean now. Say what you mean. Say what you mean now. Say what you mean. Say what you mean now. I was hiding from myself. Always fearing what I felt. Words can navigate blame, but the truth will remain. These are walls that you can't break. You can never mistake. Preserving your heart will protect it from scars, but you will feel nothing. So please say something. Say what you want. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now. And say what you mean. Say what you mean now. Say what you mean. Say what you mean now. Say what you mean. Say what you mean now. And say what you want. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now. And say what you mean. Say what you mean now. Say what you mean. Say what you mean now. Say what you mean. Say what you mean now. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now. And say what you mean. Say what you mean now. Say what you mean. Say what you mean now. Say what you mean. Say what you mean now. And say what you want. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now. Say what you want. Say what you want now.
Yes.
Oh my God!
So cool.
That was incredible.
Thanks, guys.
Holy
Thank you.
smokes.
You guys are so tight.
Thanks. Thanks.
I mean, your voices are just so in sync.
Thanks.
Right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to auto-tune half of that.
Yeah.
It's a
My
lucky
God.
sister thing.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Yeah.
So it's easy for you guys to write songs?
Yeah, it's
That
definitely a gift.
That one in particular, it was so funny because we had written a couple songs for this EP, and our producer was like, I feel like we need one that kind of like links everything together, that fits
bridging
everything.
song.
And like all our other songs, like It Had to Be You, and we have a song called Shame on Me, and they're like our babies, and we've had them for a long time. And then this song was just like one we like threw in there. We're like, okay, we need a song. And then I was like, I kind of have this chorus idea, and then we just wrote a verse to it. And we're like, oh, this is cool. And
Yeah.
then it like turns out like everyone we've talked to about our EP, they're like, oh,
This
Say
is
What
the
You Want's our
favorite.
favorite. Like, that's the one we worked the least hard on.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, and it was like we had like a week till we started recording, and we were like, "Oh crap, we got to finish this." And I mean, it came so quick and ended up being the title, so it was pretty cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was very
How
cool.
did you guys come up with that vocal arrangement
Yeah.
during the breakdown? That was pretty awesome.
That was Daryl.
It was Daryl.
Uh-huh.
And it's
Yeah.
funny because we're like, it would be ironic in a song called Say What You Want to say like nothing
Yeah.
for a second of the song.
Yeah.
And we thought it was funny, but
It-
it
that
turned
was
out
beautiful.
to be
and
cool.
if you listen to the recording, there's like so much more going on, and
Figured.
you know he has us kind of like doing this like weird ha like singing thing, but it's in 3/4 time, and the song's in 4/4. I mean,
So
we
cool.
felt like idiots trying to record it because we were like, ah. I mean, it sounds so cool. He did such a good job, and he's,
Yeah.
you know, it's like one of those things where you just gotta trust your producer, and you have to have that trust because sometimes the ideas sound crazy, and we're like, okay, Daryl, like we'll do this, you know, and then it sounds amazing.
Yeah, the impact of a producer. So cool, you guys put your trust into somebody like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it paid off. That was one of my favorite parts of the song.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, really well done. Okay, I'm ready for number 2.
Yeah, let's do another one.
Great. So this one's actually funny because opposite of Say What You Want, this one took like
Right.
2 years to write. So we wrote it, and then we were like, oh, we love the chorus, but we hate the verses. It's so dumb. And so we ended up rewriting. We forgot about the song. We like, let's just shelf this one for a while. Then at like 2 years later at a sound check, I ended up just playing the chorus, and we were like, hey, we should write that song. And we ended up rewriting the verse, and then we rewrote it like 3 more times before we actually recorded it.
Wow.
So
Love it. Many faces of
Yeah.
the sun.
Right.
it's called It Had to Be You. This is the one with the dog.
Oh.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It had to be you. I thought I wanted tame, but you were wild. I tried to walk away, but then you smiled. What could I do? What could I do? You made me laugh. One day turned into 10. Your kiss that night, you pulled me in. That's when I knew. That's when I knew that it had to be you. It had to be you. You drive me crazy and think you're always right. I never thought I'd want to lose a fight to someone like you. Someone like you. I ran out crying, ready for the end. But your kiss that night did it again. You said you knew. You said you knew that it had to be you. 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 The heart does things for reasons, reason can't explain. Love may grow with seasons, 'cause even seasons change. The heart does things for reasons, reason can't explain. Love may grow with seasons, 'cause even seasons change. It had to be you. It had to be you.
When we play
What a
that with
sound.
a full band, we do like a big trash can ending. So I was like,
Yeah, that's always our closer. Because
Yeah.
it's so big and fun when it's with
Yeah.
a full
Yeah.
band. Yeah.
And I love the two of you looking at each other smiling. That's probably my favorite part. Is,
Aw.
yeah, how much you two love each other. It's really cool.
What's been your favorite song to perform?
that one.
Ooh,
That one?
probably, yeah.
Oh,
Heathens as well.
Heathens is fun, and we also do a cover on this EP. Say What You Want. We have it's our first cover. Our first cover we like recorded in studio of Sound of Silence by Sound of
Ooh.
Garfunkel.
Nice.
And so we actually did a crazy different version of this, and we brought it to Daryl, our producer, and we're like, so we're kind of thinking like sci-fi meets like post-apocalyptic like
It does sound like
production
that.
for this. So
trailer.
if you could kind of just get on that,
Mm-hmm.
and then he comes back to us with literally like we were like we want this to be in like a movie trailer, and he comes back with this like. The beginning is like, are we like running through a field with like Avatar? And then towards the end, you're like, is it like post-apocalypse, like Book of Eli, like what's happening? So
Yes.
we're really excited about that one. He played it for us, and I just kept saying, wow, wow,
I love that.
So-
How long did it take him to get it ready?
like a week.
He's quick.
He's like, oh, don't worry,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so
he's
cool.
on it. Yeah,
So is it already released?
yeah,
Mhm.
it's on
Already out there?
Spotify. Yeah.
Spotify?
Yep.
Listeners, do that real quick.
When you guys cover a song, do you try and match the typically do you try and match the energy of the original song, or do you guys really go your own way with it?
It depends.
Depends.
We actually, one of my favorite covers we do a mashup of I Want You to Want Me and Can't Help Falling in Love. And we do kind of like a slow, kind of acoustic-y version of it. And it's like one of my favorites. But
Cool.
then sometimes we do, like when we do songs, trying to think of some like more upbeat ones. Like we cover Riptide or like we cover
Or
whatever. We
Hound
just try
Dog.
to, yeah, we just try to match the energy. And that's always fun for people live.
Sometimes you just gotta give the people what they want. Like
Right.
you know. Sometimes there's
Not
certain-
everything they want.
There's
Okay?
there's certain songs you're like, people just want to sing along and have fun to this song. They don't
Right.
care if it's a cool arrangement. But then there's some songs where like, oh, we should like do this
Yeah.
like a sci-fi movie and like
Yeah.
So it was cool though. The first time we actually played Sound of Silence live, or not, well, one of the first times we played at the House of Blues, and people were like, encore, and we like, crap, we didn't plan for more. And we were like, let's do Sound of Silence. And I remember our band was like, well, it's not really like a banger to like end with. And then we're like, well, let's just.
No, we had a total miscommunication. You said, okay, we're going to end there. And for some reason, I thought she had said, like, we're going to do one more song. So I was like, okay, so the next song is The Sound of Silence.
And we started playing it, and everyone, like, it was like an uproar. Like, it was cool. Like, people love that song.
Yeah, like, people dropped
cool
what they were
song.
doing and turned and were like, oh, my gosh, this song.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
It
was
feels like an
super
honor
cool.
to cover it. Like, it's one of those songs where, we're like, we don't feel cool enough to cover this song. But people,
Right.
I mean, people
Obviously
love
you are.
it, So,
Right.
so, anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, God, could you guys do like a little snippets of each of those covers? I mean, just snippets. Like do like a verse and a chorus of like Heathens. Verse, chorus, or
Okay.
the whole thing. whatever.
Emo is getting all he can.
I'm missing my drum, but I'll hit my guitar.
Oh,
Sweet.
okay.
So why don't you
Why don't
just
we
do verse and a
verse
chorus?
Yeah. Or, I mean,
We'll
it starts
agree to
on a
stop
chorus.
there.
Let's do like
Okay.
a verse, chorus, bridge, chorus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
we'll just end it. And
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. Welcome to the room of people who ruins the people that they loved one day, docked away. Just because we check the guns out the door doesn't mean our brains will change from hand grenades. You never know the psychopath sitting next to you. You'll never know the murderer sitting next to you. You'll think how'd I get here sitting next to you. And after all I've said, please don't forget, all my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse.
So amazing. So amazing. Yeah, such a haunting song.
right?
Throwing in that
Yeah.
major, that's
Right. Uh-huh.
So any shout outs?
Shout out. I don't know. It's on the spot.
Well, it's Thanksgiving season. What are you guys thankful for?
Shout out. Oh, so it's Wait, sorry. What are we thankful for?
Yeah, or shout outs. Either
We're
one.
thankful for our show at the Nuggets on December 6th in Long Beach. Check it out on our website, and our show at the Classy Golf Classic December 7th.
On that note, I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
The show's probably going up in it's going to be up in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
What is that?
Yeah, they've got the classy.
Well, I was-
Well, thankful for our show that we just had.
Okay, that's right. I
It
was
was
going to ask
awesome.
if there was any show after that you guys could promote. You
What
know,
we
because I
got?
don't want you guys to promote a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
we've got a few booked, but
I'm blinking.
I'm blanking. We're thankful for each other
Oh, that's very cute.
and the opportunity to be here today.
We're happy to
Yeah,
have you.
seriously.
You guys have a
Yeah.
website, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes, KalinaandKiana.com, KALINA and AND. Kiana, KIANA.com. COM.
And I'm assuming that's where we can follow you guys on social media as well.
Yes.
Yes,
That'll
we
link it
are-
everywhere.
Right. We are Kalina / Kalina and Kiana basically on everything.
Even their blogs.
Okay.
They have their own individual blogs.
No kidding.
Yeah, really cool
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Of course. You just posted a recipe.
Oh, my sweet potato chili.
Yeah.
It's vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free. I mean,
Wow.
obviously vegan means dairy-free.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's
Looks
amazing.
good.
Check it out, KalinaandKiana.com.
Yeah.
For all your music and cooking
plug.
needs.
Yes.
One thing though, add a share feature on your blogs, so that because that's a pretty cool.
Oh, we
recipe.
should. That would be cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Thanks. I'll have to post. Now that I know the recipe's a hit, I'll have to post more.
It really was a treat.
Well, I think that's going to do it for us here at Granite Radio. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Yes, thank
Thanks
you.
for
It's a great
having us,
episode. We really
guys.
appreciated
Yes.
you guys coming in. It's great.
Happy to be here.
Thanks.
So, have you guys been anywhere very recently where you might want to record an album?
Oh, Granite Studios, of course.
Awesome.
Obviously.
We're happy to have you
Obvi.
here. Unless the mix from today's crap, then you might want to change your opinion.
It's not going to be though.
No, it's not. It sounds awesome here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
We're
you,
big
guys.
fans. We're so happy you guys
Yeah,
made
for
it
sure.
through. And once you guys get your EP release, come on back so we can help you guys promote it.
Definitely.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. We will for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thank you.